So what could happen if we've got the Chinese devices, components inside here?
The risks apply to everything that's made with Chinese components. So computers, servers, phones, and also drones. You might remember the Supermicro incident where in the United States, certain server farms had Chinese components that looked like tiny little power filtration capacitors. But in reality, they were actually copying and sniffing and stealing information, very sensitive information for the computer. With the Supermicro incident, it was smaller than a grain of rice. And so, for example, you can imagine if you had a flight controller here.
A flight controller.
Maybe it could have a component inside in China, and it might not be everyone. Maybe you inspect 100 of them, but then only 1 out of 1,000 has this particular, tracking chip in it. It might be listening, it might be tracking its location, it might be gathering data silently to wait to transmit at the last second. It might be broadcasting its location. There's a lot of things you can do when you control the hardware. It's really almost impossible to overstate how concerning that would be. How many computers exist in the Japanese government, in critical utilities and infrastructures and military? Millions, at least. So then the question becomes, how many of them are compromised by Chinese intelligence operations placing listening devices or false components in them? Some people would say 0, and I think they're crazy. I actually have personal experience with China placing listening devices into sample products that I would receive from Chinese factories. At my previous company, Oculus VR, my first company was a virtual reality company I started when I was 19 years old. And there were multiple times we discovered actual wiretap electronics in product samples that were given to us. They would listen to us and transmit the voice samples over a cellular radio. If I experienced them trying to steal our technology and our decisions, even as a small company, surely they're targeting every government, every military, every company. And for that reason, I think it's critical that countries, for their critical technologies, whether it's computers, phones, or drones that are used by the government, they really need to make sure that they are not built in China with Chinese components.